Hey, traders. Welcome to the Thursday stream. Good to see y'all. Just following up on what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a failed breakdown, right? Failed breakdown from multiple levels. One level, previous cycle top, 2017, 19891. Pictured magenta trend line on your screen. And also the failed breakdown below the demand line of the rising wedge, which I would say it's pretty much confirmed rising wedge now. I mean, you got 5 touches, whichever way you look at it. So you had a rally ensue off of that. In fact, really cool. I mean, who cares? We care, but outside of our community, does anyone else care? Probably not, but I think it's cool. And it's who cares because it's the 4 hour, but hey man, we got a very real pattern here. Can somebody chat a little bit of immediate trivia for you? See if you're paying attention. You've been learning stuff, you know. What is that? What have I circled there? And we're talking it's real life. It's not like, oh, it's kind of this, just oh, but barely. Oh, but it's no, it really is that. What is it? Wow, really? That's a lot of answers. That makes me really happy, man. That's so cool, dude. Look how many people answered that correctly. You're right. Many of you, most of you. Rising 3 methods, the 5 Japanese candlestick continuation pattern. 1 green candle, 3 red candles, held within the first candle, which is the large candle, and then your 5th candle, which engulfs the 3 as well as closes higher than the first candle's close. All those criteria must be met for it to be valid in textbook and real. That happened. In actuality, that's pretty cool. So there's another part of it, that volume, and it may not matter because it's crypto, but it's just fun to talk about because, hey, it's the textbook. This is kind of the way the volume should look, where it's not perfect, but normally you want to have, higher volume on your first candle than you would any within. So it was higher than all 3 within. And then on your last candle, you have the highest volume of the 5 total, right? So it actually is perfect. Like, not just the candle, but also the volume makes it strong. And you did get follow through on it, right? Like the last 4 candle, here it was, took us up to test the 200 moving average for the first time since last month, which the last time we had touched it was June 10th. Sweet mother of God. I really, really hope it's not the same thing, right? But look how long you were testing it, for a while. Hey, speaking of rising 3 methods, can somebody tell me what this is that ushered us into Black Saturday? Can somebody tell me? I mean, it's just, if you don't get it, it's okay. But if you do, holy crap, you're going to make me so happy. You're going to make my day. You almost made my day right there by so many people answering correctly on a complex Japanese candlestick pattern. But what about it, man? I mean, well, there you go. Look at all these answers coming in so fast, man. That's right. It wasn't your absolute best because the volume wasn't the highest on the last candle, but it was really good when you have like low volume on the 3 within, and you have high volume on the first and the last. Still decent there, but look what that did. You can identify bearish continuation patterns, and the last candle broke us below the key supports. Oh my God. And then after that, it was over. It was literally over, and it got ushered in with that type of pattern. So for me, I'm just saying, this is all traditional technical analysis is a hobby. It can be a career. It can be, trading and stuff. But that's how I got started, was Japanese candlesticks. That's what it was the spark that triggered my passion, that got me just engulfed my life, right? So just learning about a Japanese candlestick pattern. But dang, man, just looking at a bullish side and then the bearish side, that's pretty cool. So anyway, I didn't really try to go off on a rant or tangent there. Very cool. We got so many people that know their patterns, and so we talked about when it did break yesterday that you'd probably get a back test. We got our back tests, and then a nice engulfing candle. That's nice, right? Market participants want confirmation, they got some, and then you painted that pattern. But you're not out of the woods at all. Come on, man. You're still very much in a bear trend. It's not even close. I mean, you haven't even made a higher high than your previous high. I'm thinking, like, if it does stay above 19,891 long enough, I don't see why it couldn't go to 21.7. Just go to your next high. But I guess you got to break the 200 moving average first too. And that's a big deal. That really has to happen. Hasn't yet. So it's cool. You made a low, then you made a higher low, and now you're making the same low, higher low again. Is it a confirmation? Maybe. Let's see what kind of fall through we get. But it's just tough, man. It's really tough in these market conditions that are so overwhelmingly bearish that, and then the new bearish consolidation structures develop, and it's just kind of like, well, I mean, following the trend's been really good.
We learned from a really good teacher, some guy on YouTube called Lord Ray.
Thanks, H8 Productions, man. That's an old name, man. No Lord here, just regular me. All right, dude. Yeah, that was an old video game handle, and it was long before any even inkling of a thought of live streaming, dude. So yeah, it was just fun stuff. But I changed it, right? So it's just me now. Thanks, dude. But yeah, that's kind of where you are on Bitcoin. You had the false breakout and false bearish breakdowns have consequences. The bullish engulfing candle yesterday on the daily was confirmed. And what have we done today? We're back testing that level of support. Very good. If we get any follow through, why not run upward? That kind of makes sense. If it is breaking back above support, then back testing it with confirmation. The next day, you maybe sideways, but then eventually rally. You could rally off of that. Can't be like, it's back above 40 on the RSI. It's 44.7. That's good. You're neutral right now. But remember, anything above 20K is okay. Anything below it, a lot of trouble. So you just never know when the big selling pressure is going to come in on the index funds, and that's, we keep gapping down and then rallying as soon as the market opens, or at least after the first hour, the rally goes all day. So that's been really good for Bitcoin because it is heavily correlated to that to the equities. So that's it, man. Engulfing candle yesterday, follow through today. Let's see if that's real. If it is a real spring back test of spring, then higher we go. But it doesn't mean we're in a bull trend. It just means that I'm identifying price action correlated to historical levels that you don't even need me to go back, but there it is, right? That's what it's doing. Okay. If tomorrow it falls back below that and closes below, then we got a different situation going on. Very bad. But like for now, okay, rejoice for today at least. Similar with Ethereum, it's not. It looks like it's not even in the false ascending triangle that it broke out of. Well, it still ended up making higher lows, and it's run straight up, and it's probably got a little bit more room to go to 1223, 1266. If you ever break that, it's an easy 1420. There was never a question in my mind if it would make it to 1420, but it was always a question in my mind if it could break 1223 and sustain prices above that level for any amount of time. It hasn't been able to do that. Like first time June 14th, second time June 26th, third time July 8th, and you're still below it. So you're not out of the woods. 1223 is that it is real. You go back and you look. It's the dead cat bounce high. Here it is, breaking that. It would seem very real of a possibility to see 1400, 1420, because that's pretty much the only price action you have. Look, I guess there's all kinds of chop, isn't there? But look, it's like up, down, up, right? So it's not always perfect, but like down, so maybe it is trying to confirm accumulation, because that's what, when you make your lowest low and then you rally, and then you make a higher low and then you rally, and then you make the same low, you're confirming there are more market participants that own the asset currently than they did June 18th, which isn't bad. That's not a terrible thing. So you could be doing that, and that's That might usher in a larger than you think rally, and again, a target above the levels you're not above yet. But if you do break off this confirmation low, 1420, if things get crazy, which I'm not saying they are or can, but you could be running to 1700 after that. Let's just go one at a time, you know, temper what can happen in a bear market because of the equities market starts rolling over. This thing's gonna start rolling over too, but it's great day today, right? Rejoice today. Ethereum held for a second time, so there is an argument for accumulation brewing, and that's not bad if you're a holder or if you just want to see the asset class rally. Okay, that's kind of the takeaway from today. BNB is very similar, you know, so 3%, and you know, it's at this, you know, level. It's probably going to go test 243 as it's done a couple times now. But I like how it made a low. It's better than Ethereum. It's better than Bitcoin. Right, well, it makes the lowest low, and then it makes a higher low, and the same high. Then it makes a very recognizable higher low again. So there's accumulation. Not just, you know, the double bottom. When you have a higher low versus the same low, it's stronger. Okay, so there is more accumulation argument brewing here, where it looked like it was done for, right? Because it literally broke the demand line, you know, and now it's back above that demand line again. That's a mega fake out, right? And we've discussed what happens after fake outs. The opposite, right? Price action starts, and we had looked at a couple great examples of that just on Bitcoin's daily, where you go back to right here. This is such a good example of a bearish breakdown, July 20th, where it was over, dude. You'd broken the key supports, and then the next day, it was not about the breakdown. It never was. It was always about the follow through. The follow through was a massive engulfing candle, right? You see how quick things can change on failed breakdowns? Yeah, man. What about failed breakouts? Right, like that level 31K. That's not a joke, man. You failed once, then twice to break out, and look at the follow through after the failed breakout. Yes, exactly. So it goes both ways. It really does. And then sometimes it's almost perfect, right? It's like you never truly break the key level. You just perfectly test it, you know, as resistance, and then there's even more so before rolling over and seeing the next level. So yeah, false breakouts happen all the time, every day. If you talk about literally every market collectively on, you know, in every single asset that exists out there. But it happened again on Bitcoin for now, okay, until things change. That's nice, dude. Let's look at total market cap. I'm just kind of like, again, it broke back above that demand line. So what, you know, what are we even worried about now with that? Just think about, look left, you know, maybe this low from June 15th, and you can see the price action now even more. All right, so he's breaking above the 200-day moving average today, and breaking back above the 200-day moving average for the first time since April 10th. That's a big deal, right? On the 4-hour, but immediately rejected, right? So not about the break itself, right? It's about the fall through. Fall through was nothing. It was awful. So, but the carnage has ensued, you know, from there many times over. So eventually you just crash so much that it starts, you know, even your very bearish stuff just stops being as reliable because you just kind of run out of sellers eventually, you know. But, you know, for now, I think that if it was going to rally more, you could imagine total going to 959 again. 959, like 3 times. Why not 4? It could. Yeah, it could. I mean, in actuality, on the 4-hour, you can see like a low, then a slightly higher low here on where traders set it up at least. So that's nice. Not as good as BNB. It looks more along the lines of Ethereum. So that's just all that's happening right now, right? Failed breakdown, because it's never about the breakdown itself. It's always about your follow through. So y'all hear? Everyone here? We got decibel levels that are good. I probably should have asked earlier, but yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay, I'm always paranoid about that because There have been times where my mixer has failed me when it seems like it's good on my side. I've learned it's not sometimes, so we're good. Denaro Gale, what's up? Okay, so moving on from total from BNB to you know, your XRP, that also doing some interesting stuff. The 4 hour, I really like it here. In terms of like, just hear me out. Just like, look, it was screwed, man. Below 32 cents. This terrible asset below this level, because looking left, the only thing it does ever is go to 24 cents, 25 cents. But this, look what it's doing. You've made a low, right? That was the selling climax, it seems. The big rally, failing to break 200s. You sell off again. You make a higher low. No one knows. You rally, you still make a lower high, which is terrible. And then, you know, you fall back below the 200, which is terrible. But then you make the same low. So again, you're now trying to confirm, at least on the 4 hour, that there's confirmation, that there's actual accumulation going on, right? These two valleys are higher than this valley, so that's accumulation, man, on a chart. So it could be confirming a bottom for now. And now here's the thing: is this asset gonna be able to capture highs higher than its previous high? That is what it has to do if you really want to see it fly, man. Like, a lot of the altcoins are doing that now. Some not really at all. It's terrible, but there are a couple out there, some out there like XRP that are kind of showing those things. That didn't exist until, you know, kind of yesterday, but we didn't really. Now we're catching some follow through, right? We got to have follow through, man. It can't just be about the one occurrence. It has to be follow through after the occurrence. Okay, so this is good, and you're getting back above a key level. And I would think if it's gonna continue to rally, your first target would be 35.5. But let's see, you're in a bear market, so all this stuff can be less reliable and can very well underperform. And that's what I'm saying. If it underperforms, it rallies, makes a lower high than 35.7, then it starts rolling over again, then you're probably in a lot of trouble again, right? Because you got to have higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. You can't just have a low, then the higher low, then the same low, and then a rally, and only show more distribution, right? More distribution's not good. You're not reversing your trend when you just do that, okay? So then it starts becoming more like price contraction in a bear trend, which is more neutral. But if you're in a bear trend, it's more like bearish biased on contraction. Price contraction, when you have lower highs and higher lows, it's neutral. But with a bearish bias, because the trend is your friend, and it's a bear trend. So just thought that was cool to look at on XRP. And then Cardano's getting up there. You know, wow, it's only up 0.43% today. What? So it's still this. You see this 4 hour candle low close. You can see the price action correlation to this level locally, and you're just sitting there. You're trying to break it. Maybe you do, but like, see how much worse this one is than XRP and BNB, Total, Ethereum. They're all like trying to make confirmation of accumulation, and this one's like just made its lowest low of the entire downtrend it's been in since September. That's miserably bad. That's miserable performance. So even with the ones we just looked at, maybe hopium, this one has no hopium. Like, it's awful. There can't even be an argument for more market participants owning the asset than they did before, right? This one's bad. I hope it breaks the level and, you know, goes to moon, you know, but if it did break the level, then it could very well see 48 cents again. Could. But you can see the difference in its structure than the other ones that are kind of homogenous, kind of like similar-ish looking. This one's not. It's in its own world of bad. Sorry. Okay. But if like those assets continue to rally, this is probably going to break that level and rally and probably go test the 200 moving average, at least at 47 cents, right? Yeah. Ugh, God. Okay, Cardano, and then Sol, which, you know, it did break. I think it broke back above that level. Oh, it's right there. So it's doing the same thing, right? Where the carnage has happened. It's been terrible, man. Nonstop for months, like half a year, man. More than half a year, kind of. And you selling climax, you've rallied, you've made the low, which was a higher low than the previous low. Then you rallied, and then you've made a slightly higher low, about the same low, which is, again, there could be this argument for accumulation finally happening on altcoins. This wasn't an occurrence. This didn't exist without the data we're receiving today and yesterday.
Looks like making a bullish Gartley on the 12 hours amused. 0.0747800 LTC.
What's up, Richard, man? Thanks for the 382, man. Thank you, dude. Much love. Well, guess what? I mean, I don't try to scare people. When a bearish breakdown happens, and you all can see it on the chart, right? Because I have to explain the argument with the work, with showing the trend lines, the levels being broken. That's reality. But again, if the next day after the bearish breakdown, the asset recovers and rallies right back above it with a strong candle like an engulfing candle, that's not a true breakdown, right? So you never caught follow through. So again, like when I was in Chicago and we were doing those things with the bearish breakdown, I was there to report it. And then I was here to report the false breakdown yesterday. And now here we are with the follow through of the false breakdown today as well. So I'm gonna be here every day during these times, but you got to understand a bearish breakdown or a bullish breakout, they have to receive follow through after the fact. So anyway, Sol is just right here at this level. You can clearly see. I mean, if you break it, it could very well be going much higher. You know, it could be going, I mean, at least to these next $39.60, $43. I mean, so confirmation of accumulation in the works, at least on the 4 hour on Sol, and this is happening kind of across the markets as of the past 48 hours. Before 48 hours ago, it looked terrible. You can't tell me that it's just making another lower high and starting to roll over and is falling below the 200 moving average. That type of stuff is alarming. You're falling below key levels too. Like those things were really bad, and now a recovery the past 48 hours, and that's it. So head fakes, man. But you still haven't broken the level, have you? No. So have an alert maybe set up at 37, and then breaking that 39.69, probably going to take each level now, you know. So Sol, and then it looks like okay-ish. And then you got Doge that doesn't really look that good. Yeah, like this one, not really showing anything that promising, man. Like it's not giving you like a confirmation of accumulation like the others. It just made a lower low than the previous low from June 30th after making a lower high. So it rallies, it can make another lower high and roll over. And this one will be way better if we get some sort of M shape down here. See like 5.2 cents for like a bullish bat or Gartley or something. That'd be nice, but it's kind of in a weird spot with no real like support resistance so much. I mean, you're below it. You're below like 6.3 cents. So this one, you know, you can't even argue about the stuff we were arguing on like XRP and Sol and BNB and Ethereum and maybe Bitcoin, right? This one's ugh. And then dot, look how, remember, you can't, like, dude, 48 hours ago, oh my God, we just made the absolute lowest low of the entire bear market. The lowest low. And we fell below critical support. That was a target area at much higher prices. You break $10, you're probably going to $6 in time. And it happened. And you've held, and you've held, and you've held, and then you didn't hold. You know, how could you blame me for reporting that the support broke? Here, look, there it is. It's not me making it up or like joking. It's just reality. And now it's back up at that level, testing it as resistance only after making a lower low. So see, this one doesn't have an argument like maybe Ethereum or BNB or XRP or Sol. This is it's like Doge. It's worse than Doge, right? DOT is terrible, but at the same time, look at the structural development on this. Eventually, you know, maybe it goes down to 536, and at some point it eventually breaks out to the upside, you know. Since the last stream, TA has kind of been respected because the last stream we identified the bearish breakdown fake out, and today it got the back test of that support and has rallied off of it. So, you know, 2 days ago, I would say disrespect of a bearish breakdown. Sure, that happened, but we know for a fact that it caught no follow through after the bearish breakdown. So. So yeah, man, these markets have been murdered for so long, and just eventually market caps get so low, liquidity gets so dry that it doesn't take much effort from buyers to push the price up. All right, so it's just, there you have it, man. Maybe you get above 685, but even if you were like, hey man, I'm gonna try to take a shot here, I'd be looking at maybe BNB with that much higher low, or Ethereum, or Bitcoin over DOT. DOT's probably one of the last ones I would want to be touching, because it's terrible. There's not even an argument here. It's awful. Same with Doge. Okay, so let's move on to dude, crypto freaking hard. Can we get some hype in the chat? Dude.
Crypto_40 took $103.51. Hey Mitch, QNT/USD please. Thanks,
dude.
Smile. 0.087000000
Thanks so much, Crypto Hoarder, man. Holy crap. Good to see you. Certainly. If you want to, since you did it right there, we'll look at it immediately. Just because why not, man? It's Crypto Hoarder, dude. Dude's a freaking legend if you didn't know. Oh my god, this thing. Do you got an exchange? I mean, I have a Coinbase chart. There's not much data on it though. Let me check out Binance. You can just oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's do Binance maybe. I just don't know though, right? Hold on, freaking sirens. Yeah, we'll call this the white glove experience or something like that. I guess I don't know. I think QNT is an older one, right? Kraken, he says. Okay, we'll do Kraken, because this one doesn't have much data either, if you can believe it. Kraken Connect. We got any wicks on this one? No, this one has no data either, man. I can see kind of what you're talking about. Oh, crap, dude. Yeah, I think it only goes back to August 2021. So Binance was fine. This is going to give you a lot more data than the Kraken one, Hoarder Man, if you want. So, yeah, I mean, it selling climax, then it ended up making a lower low, but look how it's not about the breakdown itself, right? It's about the fall through. Fall through was rejection and back above it, and then you rallied, and then you ended up making a higher low. Not really sure what it pivoted at, and it's rallying from there, and now it's soon to test 100, which you can imagine is a big level. 100's right there. I mean, that was the listing price, I guess. If it ever broke 100, there is nothing. I would say this low right there. Yeah, 100, 122 to a couple more peaks there. 122 to 128. If you ever broke that, then my God, man, something's going on, right? With the markets, something's really going on where you're talking about 148. So I'd say a 100 is going to be a level. If you ever break that, you got 22% to 27% upside. If you break 128, you got 48% upside. So you've already doubled your money if you bought at $50, $51 or whatever on the pivot here. It wasn't a formal harmonic. It was just kind of like candle low close right there. It's kind of like that, right? Where it made an all-time low and then rallied and then kind of held 53. And it's just been straight up since then. And you're going to get that. You're going to get that stuff on these assets that have been nuked. Nuclear bomb. You know, this was a $470 crypto. $430 crypto in September 2021. You know, from $471 all the way to $40. There you go. That's really bad, but yeah, 100, 122, 128, then 150 after that. Okay, you start breaking 158, that's when trend reversal starts happening. So overall trend reversal. So thanks again, man. Once again, I really appreciate it. So false breakdowns, false bearish breakdowns have consequences, and they can go the other way, right? Whew. So Mr. Bear Mitch Ray. Well, I mean, you know how many months I've been bearish? You know how many months I've been bearish, and how look what happened to the price while I was Mr. Bear Mitch Ray, whatever you want to say, right? I mean, I'm just saying, right? You get so destroyed after being bearish so long, eventually, you know, and then bearish patterns present themselves again. You hadn't even broken the 200 moving average yet, man. It's like, yeah, people expect like this traditional technical analysis to tell the future, you know, and all we can do are just identify the things that we've been taught, you know, with breakdowns, false breakdowns, follow through, things like that. And we got none, no follow through on the bearish breakdown. So yeah, you say what you will, man. People, you know, days like this, people are gonna just, oh, they love it, man. Okay, S&P, it's, did it even fill the gap today? I don't think so. Probably fill the gap tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, the gap didn't even fill technically with the candle low close at 3,800. But yeah, this just keeps happening, right? I mean, what happened yesterday? You gapped down, right? You were at 37.80. Then you went all the way down to 37.58. Then you rallied to fill the gap and then closed, you know, at 3,800. Then today, what'd you do? You gapped down. You went all the way down to 37.20. Then rallied. Max pain 2 days in a row. This doesn't make you bullish. Not yet. Not bullish, man. Sorry. Just not bullish. But that's cool, dude. It's down 0.3% to close the day, even though it was a green candle. All right, so cool that you defended the... I like this, how it was falling into the bearish control zone, then rejected falling into the bearish control zone the 4 hour. That's nice. Nothing to write home about on the daily. Like nothing. Like I just... Dead market, dude. Dead market on the index funds. I mean, the last discernible event was a lower high locally than your previous high distribution. And you've just been selling off. And guess what you did today? You closed lower today than you did yesterday, than the day before, than the day before. Consecutive lower closes than the day before. It's not really bullish. But hey, man, whatever. It could just rally tomorrow randomly. All right. This is summertime price action, man. This is an illiquid market, right? Look at the Dow Jones. Gap down 30,300, fell as low as 30,164, and then had a huge rally to close at 30,600. But after all the work put in by bulls today, you still had a lower daily candle close today than you did than yesterday, than the day before, than the day before, and then the day before. So that's not really bullish just because you gapped down and then rallied, and you know, people day trading got destroyed. I mean, people, so it was like people went short yesterday, and then the gap down happened, and then market participants realized, you know, the gap might fill, so it might be, let's just close the short at open, and then people covered their shorts, and the rally happened, and a gap kind of filled. So day trading, bear market, illiquidity, hours. That's Dow Jones. That's all the index funds. Then your Nasdaq. Hey, it did close up 0.03% today, dude. Wow, big round of applause, chat. We did it. 0.03%. Man. Interesting how it's feeling, it's holding that gap fill. That gap fill's still there. It's cool. It reminds me, it's like a little bit like Bitcoin and BNB and Ethereum. Right, you made like the same high, and now you're making higher lows. You made a, well, it's yet to be seen, right? It might not Might just roll over tomorrow, but you can clearly see that you made the lowest low, then you made a high. Like, I love the back test of that demand line of support. Then you rallied, made the same high, then you sold off. Now you're making a higher low for now. If you catch follow through, you'll be headed right back up to 11.6. If you break that, then 12K would be upon you. So, and then hidden bullish divergence could start developing. If you catch any follow through tomorrow, yeah, you might be running to 11.6 again, which should be good for tech, you know. Yep. So, that's your Nasdaq, then your Russell 2000. I mean, cool story, bro, on the 4-hour bullish Harmonic daily. I mean, is that a hammer, dude? I mean, kind of. It kind of is literally a hammer. But to me, on this one, and you didn't make a lower low than the previous low technically, locally. But until you get back above 1717, 1743, I just don't know how you would want to touch this. It's like when Bitcoin's below 42K, why would you want to own the asset at all? Like, you run the risk of collapsing to 30K. Oh. We're talking about when you stay below this level, historically, all you do is up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So when it falls below this level and stays below it, then you don't own it, because it could very well go to $1,600, because historically that's all it does. So, but hey, man, if it gets back above 1743, let's go, dude. We could be going to the supply line and then 1926 after that, because all it does above 1743 is what? Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. It could go straight up again, but it's not above those levels yet. You got to wait till it does, okay? Okay. So, you know, they're your index funds. Hey, gold destroyed. Gold's done for, dude. My God. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed today / yesterday. Terrible, dude. The lowest daily candle close since... Was it really close? I'm trying to be exact here on the date. Lowest daily candle close since March 31st. All right. It just, why are you not going to 1677 minimum here, right? I'd say you have a little bit more downside on the asset before it gets there. What, like 2% more, dude? If you ever break that, it's really over, okay? I changed up my color scheme for the Tower of Better, Sauron's Tower, right? The all-seeing eye. You break that, we're going to Mordor, okay? We're going to Mordor, and really, man, it's kind of like, wow, you had one high, and then you had a second. Dude, what happens if we go to like the monthly here on gold, chat? Could someone just use their imagination here? Okay, what happens when we're on the monthly and it's like one high and then the second high, and you know, look at dude, 14 days. If you close like any lower than where you are now, it's going to be the lowest monthly close since April 2020, and that support broken. You could see that not even really 1522 is going to hold much of weight for support, right, on the monthly. The real support on the monthly is like 1367. So it's like, is this like one high then the second high, dude? Is that true, man? Liquid, you're just literally wrong, dude. You're literally wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry you're like new. And see, I don't know, like comments like that don't show up, you know, when like, oh, Black Monday was called here, you were warned about it, and then the crash happened. You weren't here talking, saying anything positive. You're like projecting negativity, man. Look, oh, it's the bottom of a range, dude. How about you've confirmed the top? First time no one knows, second time everyone knows, right? So you come down to this level and you might catch a rally. Yeah, because below 1793 there was nothing till 1677. You come down, oh my God, it rallies, and then does what? Makes a substantially lower high than previous high, then rolls over again later. It's like over, dude. It's confirmation of that it's done. So weird, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, why do you even watch, like, people that like hate and talk crap? Like, why do you even watch the stream, man? Like, it's crazy, dude. I don't know, the people that like watch the stream for real, like they get value because they're actually, I mean, like, I'm not wrong. all the time,
Rental
dude. Like,
Hoarder tipped $103.70. Mitch's sentiment has been spot bearish for most of this year. People come in here talking smack. Don't make me angry. 0.087000000 ETH.
dude. Thank you, Crypto Hoarder. For the love, man. All right. I don't get it, man. It's like you realize like the way people sometimes talk is like they expect me to be like literally correct every single day. Within 24 hours of the previous stream, they expect everything to go exactly like I say. That's the expectations just regular random people have. And it's crazy, dude. Like you don't care about the education and the times that things do work out when the TA is fully respected completely the whole year. I just, whatever, man. It's crazy, dude. Crazy stuff from people so entitled to a literal pre-live stream. No one here watching the stream has to pay me anything. You can just turn the stream off or on for free. Go watch Jim Cramer, bro. He gets paid a lot of money for people to inverse him, I guess, right? So gold REKT. Guess what else REKT? Silver. I mean, below the 618 now. Bearish and golden candle, waiting for 1735. 1735. Wait, where's the guy? Where's the guy? Why doesn't he say anything about when we were live and the bear flag was broken with a bearish and golden candle and it followed through and TA was respected? Why would the negative person who's speaking crap in the chat, why would he not talk about this? Why would he not say anything about this? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because people will cherry pick and ignore everything else about all the commodities, tops being called and stuff, Bitcoin, all these times. They'll just wait for a bearish breakdown fake out to happen. Then they'll strike and they'll say the nastiest, most vitriolic things, right? It's crazy. People got lots of problems, don't they? Okay, so waiting for the level to be achieved eventually. If you thought it was over for metals, you were right. Because it's not just gold and silver, it's really, really copper too. Look at this, man. 329's now been tested as resistance and you bearishly engulfed, and you're already starting to maybe roll over again. Dude, you understand how bad this is? You just back tested it too. Why not go to 297? It would seem very likely 297, $3 is in store for you on copper eventually. That's it, dude.
Support for the stream. I appreciate the education, brother.
Thank you, Stephen M, for the 3s, dude. Much love. Thank you. There's no edge on copper. There's no divergence. Nothing implies that sellers are exhausted here. It is a rout. And it's the similar situation to what you got with gold, right? It's kind of like a double top, a little bit, more like a Wyckoff distribution structure, more so the peaks and stuff within it. But either way, real bad, you're probably going much lower. That was the case up here though, right? No haters gonna come in here when it's like, man, copper looks like it's about to get destroyed, and it gets destroyed, and then that person full of hate and negativity won't be like, hey man, the TA was respected here. Not the TA that I created, right? The TA that I have researched from really smart people. I'm not smart. I'm not like anything. I'm just a streamer that loves charts, and I'm spreading the gospel of the smart people. That's what it is, okay? So that negative crap won't rear its head when the TA is respected on everything else, So platinum continued its descent, made its lowest low. Lowest low since like June 25th, 2020, and still waiting on 756 at this point, right? Probably. I don't know. Yeah, there's a valley here, isn't there? Yes, there is. There is one. But that's why, right? Just thinking 756 because the valley from 08. And look, the valley from 2004. But yeah, I see there's price action here too a little bit. So, okay, we won't rule it out. But I'm just thinking platinum's not going to hold this, you know, really. It didn't. So, and then we can just switch it over to US oil. That if you thought it couldn't get insanely dramatic anymore, it can. You thought it was done, right? It was breaking supports, right? It's not about the breakdown. It's about how is the close going to be, you know? At one point, this was a massive red candle at $90. And then a big rally ensued, and you closed back above the local low from March 16th. You closed above the 200-day moving average. So it's actually not dead yet. It was about to be screwed. But buyers defended the area for now. So you're safe for now on US oil, okay? Okay, that's it. You've defended. Buyers defended the 200. But for how long? And you could definitely get a rally here. But if it ends up making like a lower high, then any of the highs, you made the highest side, the buying climax March 8th, then a lower high, June 13th, then a lower high, June 29th. I don't know. You could consider another lower high July 8th. But I'm saying if it rallies from here and at any time starts rolling over before taking out the previous highs, you could understand there's a lot of argument for distribution going on. Okay? Lots of it. You're still below $99. You look left to understand how dangerous this is. When you are below this level, historically, it is almost literally always up, down, up, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? So you're below it. So I just can't be surprised at all based on historical price action if we see $87 soon, because that's all it's ever done in history. I mean, when you broke above 86.91 in January, it took a minute back testing the area, but eventually went straight up to the, look at that day on February 24th, it went straight to that next level, pulled back, but then eventually broke it and went to other levels for the buying climax. You know, you had news-driven catalysts with the Russia-Ukraine stuff. So that's it on US oil. Natural gas. Still okay, man. Dude, if it's above 634, 608, 763 would be next. Remember the cute little 4-hour we were looking at? It's close, man. Once again tried to break maybe a neckline. I mean, real life, Chad, is this very, very close to a breakout. Target would be up in the 830s for measure move. But yeah, I mean, that's it. And if any asset's going to present a potential inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour, any asset in any sector, I would want it to be on natural gas, because its long-term trend has been so effing bullish for so long that just ignoring, you know, like, hey man, there was a 3 rising valleys here, back test of springs, and it went insane. Now it's showing me another bullish pattern, right? Remember when Hex was in the similar type of trend? All it would do would present bullish arguments. It would be reliable and it would outperform. Well, natural gas is in the same trend. It pulled back and now it's presenting a potential bullish momentum shifting structure, and might very well be reliable and could very well outperform because it's a bull trend. That's it, man. Okay, on your natural gas. Cool. There wasn't really an edge though when it pivoted. It just hit the 200, right? Look, it broke below the 200. It broke below all. Get this, right? There was no fall through price action on a bearish breakdown. You see the levels? You broke below them, but never followed through. So eventually, just right back up, and it's not a breakdown anymore. You get it? It's like inverse Bitcoin stuff. Okay. Cotton. Oh my God. We know it's been over for cotton, right? Cotton, it was done, dude. And this is what happens, Larry, when you fall below levels that are so important from history. Historically, almost all it does is go to 65 bucks. It's on its way. It's taking the elevator, taking the freaking Wonkavator. The The Wonka Bader. Down 4.56%. Yikes. Hey, I mean, look, right? I mean, hey, but dude, that makes sense. You know, what I'm doing is looking at historical peaks and valleys and identifying price action out of them. That's all this stream really is. And hey, man, what about coffee? Where's the negative guy talking about my stream's based on pessimism, man? It's like, dude, I mean, right? No hater's gonna ever give me credit on anything that turns out favorably in terms of respecting the TA.
Love your work, Mitch. Request for MATIC. Friend in the industry says they know their stuff. I just want you to see how beautiful the ascending triangle is if you haven't yet on the daily. Also, 3-day divergence is beautiful.
Blue, thank you. You're my boy, Blue, right? Of course. Yeah, I mean, MATIC, it was a news-driven catalyst, right? It's not because MATIC's anything. It's because Disney. That's it. That's all it takes for people to freak out and ape into crypto. Disney. Remember, hey, anyone remember the rumors with Verge Connect in 2018 with Microsoft and VeChain and BMW and Walmart? Dude, that all you got to do is name a reputable company that makes money, maybe partnering or really partnering with an S coin that doesn't make any money, and the asset's going to rally off that news. That's it.
China, to me, China.
Monday you said $17,300 probable. I lost 5K going short.
Probable.
THX.
Let's see what was going on Monday. What was going on Monday? Was that July 12th? Monday. Monday was July 11th. Well, July 11th, we were breaking down and falling below the key level. That was the beginning of the bearish breakdown. So it seemed probable. But if you lost 5K, I mean, do you have stop losses? See, you know, you're not telling me everything. What was your entry, your stop loss, your take profits, right? And again, like, that's my fault, dude. That's my fault that you lost money, right? Okay. Why don't you take accountability for your own losses and be a man? That's probably the best thing to do. Okay. What about when you could have gone short on Bitcoin in, you know, June? How much money you could have made? But no, you wouldn't talk about this. See what I'm saying? You won't talk about what you could have gone short on coffee and you'd be killing it right now, but you wouldn't listen to me on that. You just want to listen and talk crap. You want to send a tip to be negative and hateful, man, right? I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, of course. Blame me, dude. Blame me. You know, you could just never watch the stream again. And then that would fix all the problems, wouldn't it? So anyway, coffee, anyone? Nah, no one cares. Of course not. Because that's like where TA is respected really well. Okay. It's never going to stop, dude. Hog Future is just going to keep on doing this. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like this one, it just keeps on floating up, man. This is not going to end well. I'm telling you, dude, this is just not going to end well. Look at the volume divergence. The divergence on the price and volume, that's what I'm saying. It's just, this is not going to end well. I'm telling you, I'm still thinking this going to eventually happen on Hog Futures, okay? Live cattle futures falling back below the 200-day moving average. You don't want it. So you could make an argument making a higher low here, but you can't just come in on the higher low and rally and then eventually make a lower high than the previous high. That can't happen. That you have to take out this B point, this neckline right here. And if you just start rolling over after making a low, it's done, dude. Like you're cooked on live cattle, right? You confirmed a high, then a lower high. Don't you tell me you're going to make another lower high. Yeah, it could be done, but we'll see. It's up and down every day. Yep, new day. Jesus chimes. Okay, so let's go to back to Bitcoin. I need to stop on these commodities because it's the new day. So it was a confirmed, right? We had a confirmed bearish breakdown July 12th, right? The only people that say it wasn't a confirmed bearish breakdown with a daily candle close are delusional, okay? You can clearly see it. This trend line was there. There it is. I don't make it up. It's there, right? And then you look at it and you see it broke that level. That happened, okay? The next day, you started selling off, but then rallied. CPI report. Stocks rallied too. Engulfing candle. You confirmed prices back above that key level. That's called a head fake. That's called no follow through. That's called not a bearish breakdown anymore. And today you caught follow through and then you back tested the level that was once resistance as support, which is good. It's not bad. So there could be more upside if this is real. If the engulfing candle back above support and the back test is real, you might very well see higher prices from here. So, but can anyone tell me, oh, it wasn't? Did that not happen? Or am I blind that it didn't happen and I just reported it? Yeah, dude. Okay. I bet he gets mad at his meteorologist too, his local weather guy. Yeah, man. You told me it was gonna rain today. And it didn't rain or something, right? Okay, so that's it, man. Ethereum engulfing, nice follow through, but no break above any level. You're not making higher highs, and you haven't broken a key resistance. So nothing's really happened besides within these levels between $1,000 and $1,200, you're whipsawing. You're going up, down, up, down, up. You're at the same price you were at June 13th. Guess what? It's July 14th. The entire month, up and down, but it's the same price. Okay, so that's not very crazy at all. Okay, riveting. All right. So let me just go back to finish up the commodities, man, because I don't know, man. They're respecting the TA extremely well. So soybeans down 7% today. You can't even tell. Oh, yes, you can. Jesus, dude, look what happened. Soybeans. Oh, chat, do you see this? Anybody?
Look here. Look, listen.
So it was holding support, Larry. It was going to do it. And it's destroyed. Just gaps down. Yeah, cycle's over. It's over, dude. Next target on this, $1,300. $1,300, chat, on soybeans. Wow. It was going to make it. It was a couple handle, and then it failed, and then gap down, and then, oh no, when it falls below 1585, it's screwed, probably going to 1400. It even back tested and then dumped again, and it's just like, wow, okay. So again, where you are, look, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Why not down? Probably down. It could come to back test 1436, of course, as resistance before eventually going to 1300, but now you're in the dead middle of the range. Flip your coin on what it does next, but yeah, that's the eventual target, 1300. Okay. No, not abandoned, baby. Abandoned everything. It's done, dude. It's like just done. It just like opened, hours ago, the new candle. So wait for it. Abandoned baby would have to then gap up tomorrow at 1484. You get that, right? That's the only way it would be some sort of abandoned baby. No, it's just literally gap down. It's destroyed. Okay, so then wheat futures, that's done. Right, it had its lowest daily candle close.
There was the 3 rising methods on Bitcoin 4 hours. Learned that one from your poster I bought. Fun stuff.
Steven, please rewind the stream to the beginning. Please rewind the stream to the beginning. I think you will appreciate it. But yes, you're right. There was a rising 3 methods on Bitcoin's 4 hour. And it was on that back test of 19891. Yes. We've been live over an hour. It's crazy, man. All right, so Wheat, we're thinking much lower in time. I mean, minimum probably 740, but I'm thinking if the cycle's over, because it's confirmed the top's in and we're going into recession, and it's going to just do what it did in '08, where there were 2 times. There was once and then twice, and then it was over. Yeah, you're thinking next target. Oh, I mean, 744 is there, right? It's a valley from '07, right? 2008. Yeah, a lot of time. Look at that. 14, that's where you're headed. Yeah, that's the next target. And then after that, 635. Okay. But hey, man, yeah, someone will be like, is that a harmonic? It could be, dude. It could be. But to identify a harmonic up here after this, it's not the most strategic area to be trying to identify bullish patterns that are just inherently based on value perception. I mean, it could be. It's probably at the pattern completion zone too, if so, right? It's like low to high. Yeah, it's at the 88% retrace, but catching no bids. So I'm just below the 200-day moving average. It doesn't do that very often. So yeah, it could be a harmonic, but again, man, that to me, I wouldn't be looking for harmonics after it tops out like that. After the run, man, the run was so good and it lasted for so long. You're trying to tell me you're now looking for harmonics? When were you? Were you not looking for harmonics down here? XABC? That was an M shape. That was a beautiful M shape, dude. Beautiful freaking M shape right here. Look at this. Where you should be looking for harmonics, like look, levels from history. Look, 02, 04, 07, 2010. That's an M shape. That's a strategic entry area for an M shape. Look at the type 2. Oh my God, Scott Carney would be freaking out on wheat back in 2019. I'm just saying, so looking for a harmonic up here at tops doesn't normally work out the way you want it to, okay? Corn, you know, it's already back tested resistance as resistance. It's trying to hang on, man. Trying to hang on, and before it just dumps again like soybeans did. Yeah, just very weak. I wouldn't trust this crap at all. It's because it's OVA, dude, right? It was at the reversal area and it did this and it was respected. You don't ignore that, okay? It could be going much lower in time. Gasoline futures, I forgot to look at it. Oh my God, just hanging on, man. Oops. Just hanging on. Once it breaks 3.8 or 316, you know. Look at this. Well, I mean, when it breaks 316, 250. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Only up, down, right? So you're at a very critical support on gasoline futures. So this could be really, really good for everybody once it breaks. There could be a nice drawdown that takes you, dude, there could be a 22% drawdown on gasoline futures, and that would be amazing because it's the national average at the pump. Orange juice futures, let's go. Fresh low, fresh squeezed low, of course, after a beautiful, successful bearish back test. Does the TA be respected? No haters out there gonna say, hey man, dude, TA, that was respected on orange juice really well, man. They're not coming in saying nice stuff about that, are they? No, they'd keep their stupid mouth shut when something plays out, right? When a top's called. No way, man. They can't be positive. They have to be negative and hateful. So, yeah, a lot more downside on orange juice, I think, in time. Yeah. Thinking 130 eventually, but at least the 200. And then that's, you know, kind of good. You look at sugar that, you know, has double topped pretty much. And look at this. It can't break. It tried to break the 200-day moving average. 1, 2, 3, 4 days now. It's been trying. It's been failing. So it's just.
Keep doing what you do. When you get a minute, can you look at QNT breaking down trend?
Yeah, Maurice, you know, Crypto Hoarder requested QNT. We looked at it like at the beginning of the stream. We looked at it after a lot of the cryptos. So yeah, I mean, if you want us to go back, I can. Sure. But this one, you start rolling over here, and you just please pay attention to the 200 moving average. It's not a joke. It is such a good piece of data that helps us when you're rejecting that, man. You're falling below and you stay below it, and you've just attempted a couple times to break it. You fail, man. This is possibly, it could be I think sugar could be done, man. Sugar's at a point where it very well could be done. Right, look at how deep is the retrace from the previous high to low? It's 786. Cipher stuff. So I'm just saying, man, your 200 moving average is no longer, it's starting to turn downward too. Pay attention to the angle of the 200. Okay, so that's kind of your commodities. Oh wait, my seafood chart alert went off. Like, chat, where was the guy talking crap? I mean, remember the triple bearish divergence on seafood at this level, an upthrust? And look how you're down 4% today. Beep, did your beep not go off too? Impending price action, reversal to the downside, and wow. What a good start, you know? Educational, high, higher high, highest high, high, lower high, lowest high. So eventually 130, if you break 130, $100 in time. Look at the up down, oh my God. Yeah, I think it's possibly topping out for real. Okay, and there's like probably like a demand line there, you know, like a mega ascending broadening wedge of some sort. So yeah, dude, have your alerts set up on this one. It's looking like buyers are extremely exhausted at a major reversal area. It's a good combo for tops. Okay. So Bitcoin, remember, has not been able to break its own 4-hour 200 moving average, has only tested it for the first time in a month, and again, not broken it. Remember, market not bullish, just failed to bearishly break down today. What's going on, my log? We gotta, oh, okay, it's fixed now. MATIC. Maybe like ascending triangle. I mean, we've looked at MATIC. Remember, it was the news stuff, and it did break above 69 cents yesterday. So you have a candle close breakout, but it's not about the breakout itself, right? It's about the confirmation, or it's about the fall through price action you receive after the breakout. 69 cents. It's like this low, this candle low close from July 22nd right there, and the low from May 2021. You can see it here, back tested perfectly in May 23rd for rolling over. You're above that, and you might back test that as support, but if it holds, you could be rallying up to 88 cents, 94 cents. But in a bear market, man, it's just really hard to trust this stuff, dude. But yeah, I get it. You crashed, you lost, my God, so much value. It lost 90% of its value. Yep, 90% of its value in 172 days. I mean, oh my God, it's rallying. It's so good. It's like, no, it's not. It's terrible. Just look at this, man. Look, January 24th, it rallied 62%. Look at this, man. February, it rallied 42%, right? It could rally. It's up 122% from its bottom. You know, I mean, like, yeah, this happens, man. Crypto. But, you know, you have to understand it's not making higher highs ever anymore. And locally, it's trying to. And I understand if it breaks this level, it could have more upside. It could have 30% more upside if it really is going to hold above this level and catch follow through after breaking it yesterday. But yeah, congrats on Disney. But you gotta love, man, how it fell below. It had a bearish breakdown and then sprung and then back tested that bearish breakdown level as support. You gained a level of confirmation, just like BNB did to its own levels. It did it, man. Off that rallied. But it wouldn't be at this price if it wasn't for Disney. J-Watt, that's kind of scary, man. Like kind of, I mean, really scary. I guess we'll go back to QNT because someone else also requested it, and that's the last request. Was I not just right here? Yeah, you want to talk about, like, look at this, man. You're at a resistance now. You're at $100, 98 bucks here, whatever. It's 100, 98 bucks. If you ever break that, you could go to 122 to 128. This is certainly a level, though. If you've doubled your money, it's not a bad area to be, like, potentially thinking about. One could maybe take profit if they wanted to keep their doubled up money, you know, and live to fight another day. Because if doubling your money on a trade in a very short period of time is not good enough, you got to ask yourself what would be good enough, you know? So, but of course, like, you don't have to completely, one doesn't have to completely exit. One could just take some profit, and like if it breaks 100, then it goes up another 20%, right? 24%. But dang, man, that was a good run, good rally. Yeah. It was it really a harmonic, wasn't it? It looked like kind of a deep crab. My God, it was a perfect deep crab with a type 2. Holy crap. Type 1 kind of, type 2, the 1618. And what a run after. Yeah, I didn't see that, man. I don't look at this one. It didn't quite get to the 1618, but it was very, very close. And on that second low, there was bullish divergence in the daily. So, man, yeah, at least you had something in hindsight. I didn't identify this. But now I'm looking back at it. I'm like, at least there's education involved. Yeah, I didn't get to the 1618. I mean, 1618 was technically 3641. So, there you have it. Nice stuff. Yeah, let's go to the US dollar. Why not, man? And the euro. What happened today? A new day, a new 20-plus year high on the US dollar, 109.27. Here you are. Can't be stopped. Can't stop, won't stop. Parabolic. And really, man, besides a few peaks, I mean, you broke that 1976 level, you know. There's a peak of 110. After 110, 120. Easy. Right, look at this, man. This is a long time ago.
Gentlemen in the mix.
A lot of up and down. I mean, 110, 114, but probably 120 like we saw in 2000. Holy crap, man. You got to love that, too. It rallied, dumped, one more high. Was there divergence? Oh, of course there was. There's all kinds of divergence. And then you made another high. It's like thrice. That's it, man. That's like Bitcoin in early 2021, right? Same thing it did, similar anyway. So you just can't be surprised. This thing just keeps on running. People keep every day. People are like, it's topping. I think everyone's like, oh, if they just keep all guessing that it's topping out, eventually one day someone's gonna be right. But my God, how many people have just been trying to call top on the DXY and just continued to fail every single day? Wow, so thanks for the people tuned in. Yeah, a lot of things looked real bad this morning, and then just, of course, it was the gap down, and then the rally, man. Then the low liquidity rally pain. Yeah, man. The euro, though, shoot, dude. It lost parity for a moment, but of course, it's still just hanging out. They're trying everything they... Well, you understand, you technically engulfed yesterday. You had your lowest daily candle close on the euro. Since December 5th, 2002. Where you are, at least 99.7, but dude, eventually you're going to 98.6, but eventually here it is down here, right? Like 96.7, 96.9. Right, you've already broken the key level. Oh my God. And you back tested it as resistance. And then below that, wow, you know, 90 cent, like May of 2002. You see how bad this is? 2 days ago when you tested it, you broke it, right? Then you back tested it as resistance. Maybe now you're catching a little fall through. You understand when Bitcoin broke its key support, 19891 recently, when it went to test, literally the next day, not 2 days later, the next day, it went right back above it. So a breakdown with daily candle close confirmation, and the next day you get a rally right back above the support. That is no longer a bearish breakdown. That is a failed breakdown. That is a head fake. That's what Bitcoin did 2 days ago. Yesterday caught follow through. But that's not the case with the euro. The euro has back tested the resistance on a bearish breakdown as resistance and is now catching follow through, and that's very, very bearish. And there's no edge. Nothing implies that seller exhausted on the euro. It's like scary times, historical times. You just gotta wonder how much worse this is gonna get. I mean, it does seem like there is a lot more downside here. Eventually, 3% more downside, 3.4% downside on this currency pair, which is brutal. Anyway, oh man, we've gone across the markets. We could, you know, the index funds, there was only like two sectors that were green today. One was tech and the other was like consumer staples or discretionary. Which one? Consumer staples, yep. Neither of those sectors were up even 1%. One was 0.9%, the other was 0.1. Everything else was red. Utilities were neutral. Like, just gross, man. And there was still a lot. There was like a lot of stuff that got wrecked today. Okay. My God, man. I've never been here before, okay? Never been here. But this is called CAG, Conagra Brands, food, okay? Diversified foods. Maybe they got crickets now and roaches that you can buy and eat because you will all eat the bugs. How bearish this chart looks, chat. This is extremely bearish. Like, oh my God, I wish I knew this existed until today. This was the, again, worst performing asset on the S&P 500. You just gotta know what's happening here. The amount of distribution going on is phenomenal. Okay, it's crazy. Look how this is like a head, almost a head and shoulders. It's like a triple top / head and shoulders. Look at your little neckline here on this stock, right? There you go. That's probably it, you know. And one high, second high, third high, and you just failed for a third time. You've gapped down on bad earnings.
I am tip $33.32. How about that BSV/BTC daily?
Ion, thank you, dude. We'll look at BSV. Much love, dude. I really appreciate it. Kings. But we're just looking at this very ominous looking chart with a lot of downside potential. Holy crap, man. I mean, there's a peak, dude. There's like a peak, man, at like 28 bucks. But what I'm seeing is classic distribution. I see this asset failing to break the 200 moving average. I see like it's tried to break $39 in 2018. It tried in 2020. It tried in 2021, but in fact made a lower high very subtly with confirmation. Look, confirmation of distribution. And then look now, even more distribution confirmed. It's so bad, man. Like, This thing looks like it's going to 28.82, and once it breaks 28.82, it's probably going to $23 to 21.75. So just saying, man, there's a lot of this out there. Not all of it. A lot of the stuff's already been destroyed, like 90%, you know, from its COVID crash lows. But this one looks pretty interesting here for maybe a lot more downside if you're patient. Yeah. And then we have to look at the top gainer today, which was Qualcomm, which is, my God, man, I don't know what to tell you. Look at this, crypto hoarder, man. It's not about the breakdown itself, which was happening. That's real. Look at it. Like, that's the support, 2021. And then you fell below it, and then you rallied, and then engulfed back above it. And look at this. Now you're at a key level. You're at major resistance. Well, you're at least, yeah, 145 will be the big one. You're not quite there yet for these Fibonacci's. Yeah, still hanging on, aren't you? Really hanging on. But you're not making a higher high yet either. You've just made your lowest low of the entire downtrend, and now you're rallying and you haven't made a higher high. So if you ever do break 145, you could be going to like 167. Top gainer today, not even earnings, dude. I'd be really careful because earnings coming up in a couple weeks. But yeah, was there a news or something, or announcement, or it just pumped? It's crazy, man. Okay, this is wild. So Las Vegas Sands was one of the top gainers in the S&P today, and guess what was one of the top losers, second top loser? Caesars Entertainment. Weird. So you got one casino that killed it and one casino in shambles. Look at this thing, man. This is Las Vegas Sands. Look where this thing is. Oh my God. You can talk about the most critical of critical levels you could ever ask for. Just look at it, you know? And it's downtrending, man. It's like, look at the highest high in 2014, then a lower high in 2018, then a lower high. This was literally, this was probably one of the most legendary bearish Gartleys in human history, because the day that the coronavirus news broke out was the pattern completion zone, or the day before it was the 786. Anyway, so, but you're below the key supports, but you are at some sharks pattern completion zone, and you're trying to hang on. And again, it was up 3% today, which is pathetic to be the fourth top gainer of the day. I'd just be careful. If you're below $35, $36, I wouldn't own it. I wouldn't touch it. But it's interesting that this was up today, and then you go to Caesar, its competitor. Look at this thing, man. Oh my God. Look, made its lowest daily candle close since August 4th, 2020, and no stopping probably till 32.22, but crashing. But I guess it's like Las Vegas Sands is already so collapsed that it can't get much worse, and then this one's still drawn down. Looks like it's about to pull an 08. Yeah, dude, I mean, like, if it's below that support, I don't care if there's a pattern completion zone at all. Look at the trend, man, for years. Only lower highs, only lower lows. And you just made your lowest low at a 113 completion. I wouldn't be longing a bullish shark on that chart. Below support. Now, if it gets above it, let's talk. Okay, because it could be a massive upside above 35 bucks or whatever it was. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? Caesar's heading down, and below that, you better look out. 'Cause good God, there's not much of anything. Look, up, down, up. Could be straight down, you know, lose half your value real quick, like an S coin. Yeah, man, it's a wild world we live in. These tech stocks, such an illiquid market. Just crazy moves can happen, you know. And like, wow, this was one of your top gainers, Applied Materials. Like, it's over for this asset, and it's probably gonna eventually stall out at 69 bucks. But yeah, dude, it was up almost 3% today. But is that anything to write home about? It didn't do anything besides just have a green candle today. And its target 69 bucks and eventually 57 bucks, right? Well, we know AMD and Nvidia, they had a nice price action at key levels, both of them yesterday. So you said it, and I was like, okay, why not Nvidia? Yeah. Look, yeah, man. Look, this is not a joke. That's the previous all-time high from September 2020. You fell below it, then you rallied, and then you're back testing it. So a spring back test of spring, and you caught some fall through today. So I don't know how well it's going to go here. I mean, like, you're now at the high from 2021. February 2021, you could be going to the April high, 162 next, one at a time. It looks like maybe a wedge or something locally is developing. Whoa, dude, look at that. Oh, look at that. So you got horizontal line support being held. You've got down sloping price contraction, the falling wedge, and man, near oversold territory in the downtrend too, right? So there could be upside on these semiconductor companies because have you not noticed how much value they've lost? Yeah, they could be going up. They could head to the heart line, 179, whatever. Like AMD too, same thing. That critical area. See it? It was look at this, man. Like, you can't even deny it. It's so real. But you fell below it. You rallied on July 5th, and then you back tested it with an engulfing candle yesterday. And once more, you back tested the very top of the zone today, and you've rallied and you made your highest high since I guess July 8th. So there could be a lot of upside if it holds. But who knows? Like, the trend is so bearish. But yeah, there could be relief here because there are bids, definitely bids, and there's good price action for now. But just wait till the dumps happen on the index funds. Go back to Fortinet, another tech company, rival with Cisco. As we discussed how disgusting this looked. Still looks terrible. I mean, bearish engulfing candle rejecting the 200-day moving average again. So much distribution going on, but somehow, of course, right? Somehow, some way, it held back above the August 2021 level. So it was breaking down, and then it rallied, of course. But the bearish divergence is there. Everything is there, man. Everything stage is set for substantially lower prices, but it just hasn't quite come yet. And if it was going to come, you'd be going to $50 from here. So downside potential on this asset where it is now. If it breaks 57 bucks for real, 13% downside, then nothing. Then it's like, oh my God, nothing till $30. So someone will be like, that's a bull flag. And it's like, looks to me more like someone is out there subtly, quietly offloading a massive position over a good period of time. Over the past 7 months, people are distributing and offloading their stock, their Fortinet stock. Fortinet, excuse me. Dude, I don't think that, I mean, like, yeah, of course the technicals are there and you're holding a support on semiconductors, but yes, of course the earnings are coming. Brace yourself, real earning reports are coming, and yeah, it's not going to be good. I mean, the next earnings cycle is probably going to be the catalyst for the next massive, disgusting drawdown for the entire market. Yeah, so that's why we're just waiting now, you know, lolling around, like 5 people trading the index funds, you know. Volume's dead, dude, and it makes sense in this time of the year. So, but I think banks got hit really, really hard today, didn't they? You know, look at the gap down. You just down 2%. Look at this Bank of Mellon, New York Mellon. Speak friend and enter, connect. Wow, look at that old descending broadening wedge. You're below it now. Oh my God, so bad. Remember that time after the COVID crash? The harmonic and the type 2. Jesus, dude, so good. Ushered it all in, right? That was the promise we had for platinum until it started showing very bearish price action. But yeah, man, like the stuff like this and like Wells Fargo, you know, it gapped down but had the rally, you know. But some of these have just been so destroyed that yeah, they're gonna bounce off supports. Look at this, 2006 level. You're holding it. Once you fall below that though, straight down 34, then 23 after that. Beautiful, how it all ended, right? Look at the partial. That's a textbook partial rise you got. 70% chance of a breakdown when it hit the demand line at $49 March 31st, and you got it. You even got successful bearish back test of not just the demand line, but also the 200-day moving average. That's where we're looking for these assets that are just now failing. They're like falling below their 200 and they're rejecting them. Look how well it turned out for coffee. You know, look at all these ones, man. A lot of them have already done that, but some haven't, and we've been able to find those. Okay. The USB, oh my god, dude. Look at it, man. It's like just what a run, a beautiful run, and then just sideways, and then failed to break out, failed, and then it dumped to the bottom, and then rallied, made a lower high, and failed to see the top. That was a confirmed partial rise, but it actually started breaking down, and one more head fake, and look what it did to the 200-day moving average. So educational. Look at that. And like 1, 2, 3, the rule of 3, and then it's over, right? And this one has breached such critical levels. Oh my god. Yeah, I get it. You're gonna probably test this 2019 low, but below that, man, like 38 bucks. Some of these assets got at least bank stocks. Gross. Okay, so I guess that's it, man. Been live hour and 37 minutes. So be sure to hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Before you go, please be sure to join the Discord if you haven't, you know. Please be sure to understand what real technical analysis is. It's about probabilities. Fake outs happen. Right? They do happen. All you can do is identify them when they do happen, even when they look really bearish and bearish trends, right? You want to talk about extremely bearish? Before I go, how about PNC? Bank, look at this. How could you not be extremely bearish on this no matter what happens, right? An asset that topped out, you know, and there were better opportunities, right? Like late March, but there were a lot of opportunities on shorting anything up there. There were a lot of things that looked beautiful, but now look at it. It's a new time, and you have fallen back below the key level from 2018 and 2019, just like the Russell 2000, and then you've run up to back test it not once, but then twice as resistance. That, chat, is what dreams are made of. And so below 161, lots and lots of downside. Oh yeah, Ion, my bad, dude. I'll look at it. Sorry, dude. I got you, dude. You didn't have to tip. You could have just said something in the chat. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, we'll look at BSV. But yeah, sorry. Right after this. So you see, dude, you see much lower to go. Gap fill down at like 133. Could be going to 115 from here. If you think, hey, it couldn't get much worse. Oh, it certainly could. If this is respected, oh my God, so much more downside. So please, one owning banks. Not sure how you could if you cared about TA, right? All right, BSV to BTC, for real. Sorry. I don't think you're gonna like it, man. I don't think you're gonna like it at all. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna like this, dude. Well, you know, as of May 23rd, hit its all-time lows, but yes, had a huge rally for like a week or so, and just bleeding out. Hidden bullish divergence could be developing, but it's what support is it holding? Is that a support? I don't know, man. I wouldn't be longing assets like this. The trend is so brutally bearish, and you got an inorganic pump, and you just been bleeding out since June 22nd. In a macro bearish market, right? If you stay below this level long enough, you could be going right back down to 1.7 tenths of 1 penny. This is not the stuff I'm really looking for longs. In fact, I'm really just maybe looking for shorts on the stock market, because there's still some value left for shorts, as we've seen. As we just looked at one, kind of, or at least where it's strategic and you're able to protect yourself with a stop loss in case the trade goes against you, because they can. But something like this, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do besides look at potential kind of levels that were manufactured in October of last year, and it's not above it. It's kind of falling below it, but then there's other lows like here, like it's kind of trying to hold this little zone as support. And if the hidden bullish divergence on the daily is respected, the support would hold, you'd think, and you would continue upward. But if you fall below 2.5 tenths of 1 cent, you're out. It's over, and you're going straight down to the next level, which is the little scam wick here. Yep, down, up, maybe down. So not making higher highs, only making lower highs than the previous highs. That's all it does, is lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. I'm just not really wanting to be longing an asset that only makes lower highs, lower lows. Okay, so that's it. Thank you, dude, Ion. I really appreciate it, man. Okay, I mean, it's a crowdsource stream, and you're tipping like $60-something, $66, you know, to look at it. So you can't even take what I say here, you know, personal. I just don't like the asset because the trend is terrible. Now, if BSV was making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows all the time, I'd be happy talking about longs. But all I can do is tell you it's trying to hold a support. It's trying to develop hidden bullish divergence, and if it continues to develop, it could rally from here. And if it did, the target's going to be the peak that it was at. Look, the low from 2021, you went up and tested it. That would be the next level. It would go to test that. If it ever broke that, well, then it could very well be going to 4.1 tenths of 1 cent. But for now, man, that's it. I don't, you know, that's it. So Bitcoin, just on the 4 hour real quick before I leave. Not doing great stuff, man. This is not like, oh my God, it's so bullish, dude. Come on, dude, are you serious? Testing the 200 for the first time in a month. And that's it so far. So when you're staring at a bearish consolidation structure like this, and maybe there's a fake out, maybe there's a chance it runs up to the top of the structure again, and that's fine. And that can happen. Because guess what? It's already destroyed. But like, I just have a hard time, even after a fake out like that, giving a crap about Bitcoin or crypto. They're still so bearish right now. So bearish. Despite what happens here. Despite what happens next. Okay. I looked as far left as I could on that chart. The BSV to the Bitcoin chart. There was, all the data was way higher looking left. So thanks for coming out. I appreciate everything. I'll just be back. Thanks again, Crypto Hoarder, man. Holy crap. 207.21 on the day. That's amazing. So until next time, respect the T. A.
Gentlemen in the mix.
Mitch, put some music on. Can we get the 1-second start?
Wow, so this is like a first time literally ever. I thought I stopped the stream hours ago, and this thing's still going, so and now I kind of get it. I was downstairs and I received a couple tips, like through PayPal, and I'm like, these must be delayed tips from earlier or something that happens. But then it's like Julia messaged me and said, "You realize you're still alive, right?" And then my stomach dropped when I checked, and I was still alive. So, hi. Legit, this is the weirdest thing I've ever in my life, right? Weirdest thing of my streaming life. It's hilarious that y'all are here. There are actually people still here after this is like crazy. Hey, look, I'm going to do an analysis for 140 people. Don't tell anyone. Do not ping the Discord. Just no one should know, okay? If you're here, my God, you're rewarded, okay? I'm certainly going to reward you, 100-some people. Sorry, man. Bitcoin can't break the 200 moving average. Get wrecked. Can't happen. Can't stop. Won't stop. Nah, just kidding, man. It could. It could definitely break it later. There's no real selling pressure going on right now. So if it was to break the 200, let's just say, I'm thinking $21,700. If it breaks the 200, if it doesn't, get wrecked. Oh my God. The trend that you're in would continue, right, to do its thing. But we did have a false breakdown, real life. It was broken down, then it wasn't, and then so that's called a head fake. So all you can do is report that and whatever. Please make it secret as the hidden city of Gondolin. Only like one person in here would get that, but yes, certainly. If you tell, I'm telling you, Gondolin will be destroyed if you talk about this to anybody. All right. So what am I supposed to do, man? Look at Ethereum. Here's Ethereum, like, right? It's up 1% almost. It's testing that 1,223, of course. Again, fourth time now. If it breaks it, 1266. You break 1266, boom, probably 1420. 1420 Ethereum if it can breach the steel wall of resistance, which it has not been able to do for a long time, right? I mean, since it fell below it June 14th, first time in like a year or more, and whatever. But hey, on this one, you're above the 200 moving average, which is cool. And that is all we have as of the new day. And then this 4-hour candle, you have tested 1223 like the Jesus and no higher. And that's it, dude. BNB kind of just flirting with this high from June 16th, not making higher highs yet, but above the 200 moving average. And you know what's going to happen if Bitcoin rallies. This thing's probably going to go to like 261, inside this channel. Just use your imagination on Bitcoin rallying to 21.7. Ethereum goes to 1260 to possibly 1400, and then BNB 260. It's just all about if the false breakout we received yesterday is valid. And that's it. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I didn't even expect to show my face again on stream, but since people were here, I wanted to say hi, and I'm not really back, dude. I'm not. I didn't even know I was gone. I didn't even know I was still on. So, yeah, it's all good. Dude, across the market, man. I mean, talk about, look, dude, this like Monero, like another identical, like, or a perfect textbook head fake, where a key level of support from history was breached with a candle close confirmation, July 13th. And the follow through was literally nothing. The follow through was just kidding. It's not an actual breakdown. You're getting right back above a demand line and the horizontal line. And you just made your highest price since June 14th on Monero. And you could be destined for 145 to 154 from here. I don't know. There's some swing lows. It's testing that 134 area. Yeah. But yeah, that's good old fashioned fake out. They happen. It doesn't mean, I mean, that's all it means, man. So, like a lot of times it doesn't happen. Head fakes don't happen. It was breaking down. It could have got fall through and it could have been over, but not this time. So it's going to accidentally break my streaming record by accident. Not even close. That'd have to be another, you know, remember, because this, if it goes over 10 hours, you have to restart the stream. So that couldn't happen anyway by accident, you know. So anyway, dude, I'm just hanging out. And I don't even really know what to do. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna finally end the stream because there was no intent to keep it going, and there's no price action to really warrant the continuation. So yeah. So for those who are still watching, 150 of y'all, thanks, appreciate it. And let me just say real quick, it was Mr. Lodick, Todd. Thank both of y'all for the tips 21 minutes ago and 14 minutes ago. Y'all like made me think, I don't know, and then Julia came in and let me know. So I'll just be back. I'll just be back. Until next time. Respect the TA again. For real this time.
Gentlemen in the mix.